Danke.
Hello. Okay. Yes, a strong exploration happened the last days around anger and or the where maybe where it comes from, you know, this point of where it comes from. And just sitting now, I had no idea to come, but some activation happened when I saw the other point of where the collapsing often happened, you know, like one side, how to say, when wants and needs are not touched, and the anger comes, you know. But there's also the other side where often in the past quite a collapsing is happening or had happened, like oof. And when I just touched it, a strong excitement or just irritation happened. Yes, just may.
Wow, beautiful noticing.
Yes, yeah. And I see in the past often this, you know, when the strong crying happens around this, that really a very little, a young organization was touched, but there's also this longing to come out of it, you know, not having an agenda, but to explore this point where always this collapsing is actually happening here.
So let's just rest together and,
Yes.
if possible, without an agenda, just
Yes.
present, gently present, and let's just see what it wants to reveal.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so beautiful that it's revealing. It's really, and the way you describe it is precise and yeah. And you know, in my view, it's important in that seeing not to get over then involved in what to see, just to that balance of okay, wow, gratefulness that it's revealing. Yeah. Recognizing that which is ever present. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know how it is for you, but to me it seems the deeper the resting is, the more at peace the nervous system gets, everything just comes into its rightful
Yeah.
place. Yeah.
What I feel is a strong heat actually in the body, the heat, but not, it feels fine, totally fine. And what I could sense was just seeing like attention in the system or in the body, but with the silence or this just meeting it, something very slightly can relax without any hurry or doing anything. And just this, that, yeah. And I'm really grateful that something just this, you know, wanting to meet it, actually not seeing, wanting to meet it. And yeah, it feels quite different since a few weeks, actually, you know, like this anger could come or this other side. And yeah, yes. Also with this seeing when this wanting are not met, you know, when even if it's a repressed or somebody brings it out, but I could see this as an angle point of all the violence, what happens, you know, like what happened in the family, actually, as a family pattern. And just seeing it, it has no danger anymore, you know, it's just seeing it and just taking it into my heart that this happened in my family
And
pattern.
in the collective.
Or collective,
everywhere.
actually, yes.
Everywhere, yeah.
Yeah, and it feels, wow. Yeah, it's just, wow. It looks like a different looking at the world or what happens around, or it's really like a atom bomb in a positive way, actually, but it's touched, yes. Yeah. Yes, thank you, Isaac.
Jennifer.
Hello.
Hello.
I just love to sit. I just keep having triggers of that old story that feels like I'm not safe. Like new layers of where I just feel like a frozen holding, gripping in my system, like I'm gonna die.
So there's information in this vibration or a frequency, and then an interpretation, oh, I'm going to die. And it's that thought. Because if it was like, oh, I'm just going to go and have a nice sleep now, it wouldn't touch anything, but it touches that thought, oh, I'm going to die. And then whatever that, the interpretation of what that means, you could say, then something experiences existentially. But if you actually look at that, there's nothing actually going on right in that moment. It's just like an interpretation. So just to be clear on, it's all as well. It's just what's coming up on the screen. So
All is well now, but it there's like a sense or an old layer or an old I don't know, like just like maybe if something in the family from from youth that just didn't feel safe.
Mm. So slowing it down enough, just as so, here we are, we have this moment, these sensations, and without the interpretation, so there's some conditioned interpreting that shows up with that sense of not feeling safe. So we just gently here, checking to see, okay, in this moment, is there any actual danger, just so we're not over jumping. And we're here now, and there's tons of stories going on, for sure, everywhere. Here we are, in the comfort of wherever we are.
Yeah, here it feels quite beautiful.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing to fix, nothing to work on, nothing to change. That interpreting, just, oh, how beautiful it's starting to reveal something. It feels to just, what is the I that doesn't feel safe? It's just like there's some sense of something happens that gets interpreted as I don't feel safe.
Mm.
We can watch a movie and watch certain sounds very well orchestrated, and lights and pictures and story can have the whole system jumping. And it's just pictures on the screen basically, and sounds.
It kind of feels like something in the system tries to regulate those, like it wants to allow some and not allow others.
So that's all related, you see, to the perception. So the perception already is a translation. There's like we hear and there's the sensations, and then it usually gets interpreted through our conditioning and our trauma load. And it's that interpretation that the system responds to.
Mm.
And it's the interpretation, that makes it feel personal to a me. It's like it's just an interesting movement where an infinity or awareness, whatever you want to call it. It's just nothing right with it, nothing wrong with it. It's just interesting somehow.
Yeah, and in resting deeper, it's just allowed to flow, and there's not an interpretation here. Sorry?
Like that we can see, yeah, exactly. So that like that we can see that everything, the whole response all belongs to the interpretation. It's not, it's like, and that interpretation, who knows where it comes from? That's the thing. It's like, And I don't know if you've ever been in like a car wreck or something like that, where, you know, things are going on which, you know, could be death or big injury. And in my experience, when that's going on, there's usually almost zero response. It's just like things happening. And, yeah. But a single movement, you know, a thought or a interpretation, then wow, it looks so different.
Yeah, from here, everything just looks peachy.
How lucky is that? Yeah.
I just, it's just curious that how a thought can set the whole system into that spiral of.
Doesn't take much.
Thank you, Isaac. Can I just sit with you a moment? Gosh, I've longed to just be with you.
Yes, with deep pleasure. I'm just feeling, you know, from in the resting, just the communing that happens, you know, there's just flow without the doing. It's just like information flow. Yeah. I'm curious how it is for everyone else, but for me, whenever it kind of just moves into that flow, there's a sense of participating in the field of life in a way that's like calming and loving and bringing peace. You know, it's like without a doing, just by being. So.
I would like to say something to that. Hi, good morning.
Hi, good morning. And, I'll be with you in a second. I just have to take a couple moments with Jennifer, and I'll be with you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't want to interrupt.
No problem at all.
All right. Mm.
Isaac, can you speak for a second so I can see you?
Sure, with pleasure, with absolute pleasure.
There you go. And what is your sense?
Enjoying, you know, just
Mhm. Me
allowing
too.
enjoyment to permeate every cell. You know?
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Whoever was speaking, can you just wave your hands up and pin you? Ah, great. I see you. Hi,
Hi,
welcome.
thank you. Morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, good to see you. To see you all. Oof. There's coming something to peace in me, and the more it comes to peace, the more love there flows, and I just feel that high vibration, and it's like almost too much. Yeah.
It's interesting. So just when it feels like there's too much, there'll be some subtle resistance somewhere. So
Yeah.
just wherever you find that resistance, it's totally fine. Just see if it can allow it. Because
Yeah.
ultimately, to awareness, it can never be too much. It can only be from the perspective of the body or the nervous system.
Yeah. It's like a fear of being just so overwhelmed, because I can feel that it's kind of around my solar plexus a little bit stuck. It's just cracking, and then there's just that incredible love for everyone around me and everything. And even if there is a misalignment in opinions, I just can't hold on to fighting that person or situation, and I just having that incredible love. And yeah, so there's just no interest to hold on to dynamics. But my mind still has a little part of fighting, and sometimes I also just don't know how to get out of a situation when other people holding on to it, and I'm in that state of feeling, wow, this is so unnecessary. So what is it what I truly want? And I could go there, but maybe not the whole situation can straight go there, and it's a little bit messy and upside down. So I think it's just like my mind starts to stop fighting and going with the waves, and yeah, stop chasing in a sense.
You know, because like really all we ever have are the sensations of this moment. That's it. We never have more, we never have less. That's it. We just have the sensations of this moment. And then you could say the automatic interpretation through the conditioning and the trauma. And it's that interpreting where, so the resistance, you could say, is never to just what's here, it's to an interpretation.
Yeah, totally.
And so the interpretation is all usually automatic and unconscious. So we're not doing it even. It's not, it's not personal. It's not personal to a fictitious character or someone. That sense of someone arises in that automaticity. It's like, so it's just beautiful. Okay, there's another thing where something. Yes. Some automatic.
Yeah, there are all those fears of being misunderstood and rejected, and so the more I love and just being in situations where I let that freely float, on a certain moment I can witness that my mind hooks in and says, oh gosh, but what if that person is going to hurt me with a reaction or behavior?
So
And
that, yeah.
yeah,
So that would be the interpretation, something from the past, some
yeah,
conditioning, something like that.
yeah.
You know, the me, if we look together, what is the me that would get hurt? Hurt might happen, but what's the me that gets hurt?
It's a part that feels dependent on that other person. So I feel it's a young
And is
part.
that you? And is that actually you?
No,
No.
it feels in that moment because it's so close and the trigger
Yeah.
feels so so much. But in the end, no, it's not me.
Not you at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just movement. Feeling in vastness. Like a dream.
Yeah, there's kind of a sadness for seeing how I created so much pain.
Not you. You would never do that. That would be something that happened unconsciously, automatically. So it has
Yeah,
nothing to do
but
with
I
you.
can see it, and then I feel guilty and judge myself and think, oh God, you should do better. It's not what you want. And yeah.
Just to see that again, all of that again, it's just like not you. Just
But it doesn't help when you're with other people and say, this is not me. Because in that moment, it is you.
Just check that if you want to. Just check and see if it is you. If it was you, would you do it?
Mm-hmm.
If it was up to you, would that happen?
Well,
I doubt it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can see it's just something happening automatically and consciously.
Yeah, it feels driven in that moment, like
Yeah.
the desire to react becomes very big, to kind of protect, not feeling the pain or something, like realizing what's going on, and then I'm back in that game of protecting my ego, kind of like that. Instead of just saying, oh fuck that shit, it's actually not worth it even talking about that, so let's just focus on what we want or what I want. And yeah,
So we can
I'm
see
not
again,
always
like,
that mature.
somehow these movements come up, eh? Without us wanting them, without us doing them, they just come. And if they get seen, if by grace or luck or whatever it gets seen, you see it's not you. It produces a sense of you that none of it means anything. Actually, they're just automatic unconscious movements, which literally means nobody's doing it. Old information just playing itself out.
Mm-hmm.
And you are that which is aware, always, in this moment, right here, right now. We don't have to do anything to be that.
Yeah.
There is no one separate to that to do anything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
To me, it's so amazing how somehow in this expression of called life, the sense of a me that is the doer happens.
Mhm.
Whereas trillions of cells all doing their dance with no, just by some intelligence, you know, I mean, the heart is beating, food is digesting, life is living itself. And then somehow the sense of me happens. It doesn't happen in deep sleep, but in waking state, this sense of me happens, which thinks it's the doer.
Yeah. Like I realized yesterday that doing gives me a sense of safety.
Yeah.
And the not doing and letting go is just so scary. And trusting that all will work out perfectly without doing now anything, or just being with it. Like there I can feel that like that vibration from down the chest wants to come out more. But then my mind starts to shake and yeah.
And really what we call the mind is just thought, because no thought, no mind. So thoughts start to happen. Somehow there's a sensation or something responds, and it responds like with thinking. And the thinking is trying to help. You know, the way we speak, we say my mind, as if there's such a thing as a mind, but all there is thoughts that just kind of get activated.
Yeah.
And when we look, it's innocent, it's trying to help, but it doesn't.
Unfortunately not. It's broken. I need a new one. It just keeps spinning and spinning and spinning.
And there is awareness of that spinning. Spinning appears and it does its little dance, whatever it is. And it's really not needed to run with it, to go with it, just to see it's trying to help. And that it doesn't. You don't need to fight it, try to change it, try to fix it. Nothing. All of those are just automatic responses that happen. Nobody does them. Just movements. And just as we're resting here, we're just sensing how these nervous systems meet each other. And just whatever, wherever you can sense, like say excitement or whatever that is, it's okay for it to be there. You don't have to focus on it. You don't have to do anything about it. It's welcome here. Don't have to release it. Don't have to do anything. There's such a habit to focus on experience, you could say, rather than on what is aware of the experience. And that's an interesting nuance just to play with here. When we recognize there's awareness here, and that all experience is transitory. It comes and it goes. So, you know, when the focus has been on experience, and you, in a sense, what happens is then automatically you're trying to control the experience. You know, certain experience mean I'm okay, others mean I'm not. But then you see that all experience just comes in you and goes. You can't hold on to any of it. Not the highest high, not the lowest low, not the scariest. It all comes and goes.
Yeah. It's like a part constantly tries to release those waves of energy and integrate fast, that I can catch up with things the mind thinks I should keep following. But I feel like there is a gap when I come to that awareness, that I can be with all these sensations and seeing the requests from the outside.
So
but
not,
then
not engage with it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like just
it's like not responding so
engaging.
far.
Really not having to do anything. Really taking rest. And resting as that awareness, which is not the sense of me that happens from the automatic resistance, you would say, the automatic unconscious resistance. That is what produces that sense of me that needs to do something and needs to keep releasing, changing, doing something about something. But beyond that is just nothing to do, no one to do it. Without doing anything, just resting. I'm not sure how you sense it, but to me there's a lot of releasing happening in my hands and my feet, tingling, but without it doing whatsoever. It's just like just a natural releasing it.
It's okay to be happy is what comes from me, like just feeling that and saying it's okay. Mm. Mm. Yeah, thank you. Mm.
Definitely, definitely. Hi.
Hi. Just have to make you big. Right now, I see a thought coming that enjoying is not enough. I should say something to entertain, or I don't know.
From my side, not necessary at all. Good that the thought reveals itself.
And it's so clear that to me, actually, it's so clear that there's nothing more than this. This is so
Exactly.
intimate and so yeah. But sometimes I'm really also in daily life with people. I'm confused. I get confused. I feel that it's not enough.
So take a moment. Just take a moment and say, who is it that gets confused?
I can't say that. It's just so quiet right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, I don't know, it's a movement that...
It's just a movement. There is no one that gets confused. The movement just happens and fear shows up as confusion. There is no one.
Yeah.
The difficulty comes when thinking it's I got confused. Rather than just something happened, some movement happened, and you know, it's like, because the moment there's this idea that I got confused, then it's like, you know, what do I need to do about it? Otherwise, it's just, you know, okay, some movement. Awareness is untouched.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone,
Just,
for being
just
there.
beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks.
Liliana.
Hi. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
How are you? sorry. Oh. I can see a mechanism here.
So in a way, you can say there's an activity of observing going on, yeah?
Yeah.
So
And
there's
this
that
sensation.
observing is happening. That observing is happening.
Yeah.
And then come back, who are you? Are you the observer? Or are you that which is aware of the observing?
Okay. Ah. Yes.
The observing in some ways is still an attempt to try and control experience.
Ah. Because I sense the pain and so I want to remove it. Yeah. Okay.
And who's that I that senses it?
Okay.
That belongs to that activity of wanting to control, but there's no one there that's doing it. It's just an old habit in a way. So it's truly beyond observing, beyond, oops. Okay, back to gallery view. And system must have shut down.
Yeah, she lost connection.
No worries. Yes. So the after Esther now, and so. Goodie.
Sorry, Isaac, who are you with?
Say again.
Are you with someone?
With you.
Oh, sorry, I did not hear right. I'm so sorry. Thank you so
No
much.
worries.
Sorry about the connection's gone, but now we're back.
No, it's
Lovely.
not beyond your control.
Oh, wow. Can I speak of an old dynamic that has hit me and I feel unbalanced? And it is the mind that's thinking that, but there's fear involved.
What mind?
Okay. Oh.
And so somehow there's an interest to kind of dig in that again and stay loyal to that for some future benefit, whereas in right in the moment, it's terrible.
Okay, okay.
So it wants to, it's good intention, but what does it do? It just kind of, it's like it gets involved in something that brings nothing. Only trouble.
Continue, yeah.
Yeah. Like that, you'll spend a lifetime working on stuff, trying to get closer to yourself, but just, it's like you can never, it's like, the dog chasing its tail. It never goes anywhere.
Oh,
But it's persistent. If it could just run a little bit faster, maybe it could get that tail.
oh gosh, you just hit it right. I don't know, but there it is. Oh, oh, thank you.
And, you know, awareness is here. It's not untouched. Pristine.
Yes. Oh.
This thought, I want to get to peace, I want to be at peace, is appearing in peace itself. That somehow the thought seems more relevant than the peace.
Mm.
It's far out. Yeah.
Oh, oh, wow.
Thanks, Lou.
For many thanks. Thank you.
Sorry.
Hi, Isaac.
Hi, Sylvie.
That shifted also in me, what you just spoke to Liliana, yeah. there was a feeling of it looked like I was falling into it, and then control. Is there something like a totally falling into it, or is it just a feeling it gives?
You know, what would fall into what?
I don't know, but it's shifting. Yeah, nothing into nothingness.
Nothing into nothing. Yeah. And all that's left is nothing.
Yeah, it's so easy. It's so funny because my system is reacting to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, in other way, it's like sensations and then the interpretation of what that means and
Yeah.
then the response to that, and nobody's doing any of it. It's like just
It feels now like little steps to home.
and again the question, what is it that's already home? Always. And what is it that's stepping?
I don't know, this is the total recognition or something.
Yeah, I mean, there is just this, you know, you could say there's awareness in which all information appears. It's just like within the information and the interpretation of the information, it looks like something's happening.
Yeah.
Like when you have a dream at night and then you wake up and oh, that was a great dream or a terrible dream, but nothing really happened. It's just, this interpreting that happens, I mean, who does it? It's just automatic and unconscious. Just, I mean,
Only have the feeling that it's really a miracle to be, that it's possible, that it creates something like a world and people and
and somehow every expression of itself lives in a different sense of it.
yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it
Totally.
is. It is amazing.
And you
Yeah.
And it's the same intelligence that's playing every single part. I mean, it's showing up as it's information. It's just information that gets, you know, for humans, we see it a certain way. For a dragonfly to see it a different
Yeah.
way. For everything that sees, and every apparent separate human, which isn't separate at all, sees it through whatever filters it sees it through.
Amazing dream.
Amazing dream.
Yeah.
It's far out.
Yeah. With viruses and yeah.
Just,
Yeah. Thank you, Isaac. Thank
yeah,
you.
thank you. Fun. Body is body. Thoughts of thought, thinking. All appearing in. I'm curious, how's the sound tonight? Is it okay, my sound?
It's okay, totally okay.
Great. Okay.
The vision is not totally clear, but also not very bad. Thank you. So nourishing. Mm. Mm.
Beauty. Just on a practical note, for me, I'm just going to continue the meetings through Christmas and New Year. So you're welcome to tune in whenever it suits you. And then starting next year, the 7th, we're gonna start adding a Friday night, Friday my night, but the usual time, but just including Fridays, just to, well, anybody that wants to tune in. Yeah. Sylvie, thank you for hosting. Thank you, beloveds, for love, peace, beauty.